round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of June 15th. I'm Nicole Lairdix, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today is Thursday, which means it's time to give in to our obsessing. And today we're thinking about how the COVID-19 pandemic might change family life. Well, I'm guessing it will change family life if it already hasn't. Oh. Today's topic is sort of a branch off of actually quite an interesting article in the Washington Post and that I saw online. And it's based on, basically the post is around the discovery of germs and how that changed American life, many years ago. And will COVID-19 do the same? And it was kind of an interesting read because it went through how, people realized that germs were bad and that you had to be a lot cleaner in certain, in certain cases. And so people stopped using different things, stopped sharing items, So just kind of like, the introduction of plastic around silverware or cutlery or even plastic knives and forks when we go to restaurants or we get takeout was part of that. Folding a napkin over our silverware in a restaurant, that was part of it. They also talk about how it might be related to that time period in parenting where parents were a little more hands off of kids and a little, and so maybe they were talking, suggesting that maybe the whole germ phobia thing was part of that and how parents were encouraged to be a little bit more hands off as opposed to hands on. So anyway, it was interesting. And so, I was thinking, okay, well, how does this relate to what we're going through now? Because I know that this pandemic is going to change the way we do certain things in our family. For example, my husband and I have already decided that we're not shaking hands anymore. We're not going to shake hands with anybody anymore. Nor are we going to expect our kids to do that. We're like, we'll fist bump, we'll wave, we're just kind of over the whole shaking hands thing right now. So, and that's like a big etiquette thing in our society, right? Like that's a big thing so yeah, there's certain things that, and we'll be more diligent with our antibacterial, our Purell, our hand sanitizer. So do you think COVID-19, this pandemic, will change your parenting or what you are wanting to see with your family? Will it, won't it? What are your thoughts? Catherine?
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of it in terms of outside the house, how, like you said, handshaking, like how you interact with people outside of your family. I mean, I think within the house, I'm, constantly telling my kids to wash their hands, much more than I used to ever do that. Or even, my husband or things like, sharing food, which we might have done in the past that I feel funny about doing now. Like if I buy a kid an ice cream, I am supposed to get the mom tax of having a bite of it before I give it to them. But should I keep doing that? Yes. I don't know.
Terry says
yes.
I ain't giving up my mom tax. It's valuable.
Yeah. But I think the sharing food thing is probably big.
Yeah, that's
although, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't really matter. Like, if one of us gets it, we're all getting it anyway, just from breathing the same air.
That's sort of my feeling, so.
That's how you get it.
Why bother? I don't know. I have a difficult situation because, my son in particular just doesn't get this stuff and doesn't want to get it. And, cajoling him to exercise better hygiene has always been, like his entire life, a losing battle. So been there, fought that, not going to fight it again. It's a stressful and routine breaking enough time without having to have constant, I'm going to follow you into the bathroom. I'm going to watch you wash your hands. I'm going to look at everything you touched and then hound you back again. I don't know. We have always been the house of bad hygiene. We really do. Y'all don't want me to talk about about how frequently we clean our house and ourselves and all that stuff. And I'm just going to assume that our, general amiable relationships with germs will extend to this new one. And I hope, because really I don't know that. I mean, I had it all, big head of steam. I was going to get hand sanitizer, put it all over the house with the pump and all that. Can't buy it anywhere around here. No place is selling hand sanitizer. I thought I'll get Clorox wipes and I'll wipe stuff down. No Clorox wipes to be found in our area. Cannot buy them online, cannot buy them anywhere. So that just sort of contributed to my natural tendency to say, forget about it. So we are doing nothing. My son still breathes in my face to prove he brushed his teeth at night. And we still share food. And we're just, spitting in the face of all the concern.
So to speak.
My kids were both, extremely healthy as children. They didn't get a lot of the childhood diseases. And I seem to recall there was some conversation amongst adoptive parents of kids from Eastern Europe that they were in such a petri dish early in their life that it made their immune systems strong. And so I'm just hoping that us extending that by really not ever doing all the things we should have done to provide a sanitary environment. It's strengthened all of us. We're good.
There you go.
Listeners, if you hear in a short time from now that I am ill, you have my permission to laugh at me and say, I told you so. But, it's kind of a combination of not wanting to take it that seriously and really not being able to take it that seriously without it being an armed camp of hygiene. So I'm just going to hope that that stuff really doesn't matter. And y'all are kind of ridiculous to be doing it. So knock on my particle board desk care or something like that. I don't know. So it's not changed our family life really at all.
It's tough. I have a constant, since way before this pandemic, I have attempted to have people take their shoes off at the back door because we have enough dirt on the floor already with 2 dogs and just general dirt. And I would really prefer that people not track in God knows what from outside. But I have two out of 3 of my cohabitants who absolutely cannot take their shoes off at the door. One will take them off in the kitchen.
Oh, great.
Which is near the back door, but not at the back door. And so now there's always a pile of that person's shoes in the kitchen. My son and I are both, we take them off at the back door all the time. But the other 2, no, will not.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed.
Right.
They still, one of them came in from mowing the lawn and started walking on the carpet. I was like, oh my God, please, of all times, take your shoes off. They have grass all over them. They probably have dog poop all over them. Get them off. This is really not that hard.
Yeah. Sounds like our house. I just don't know how, if you don't have a family culture, that's all, we're going to rally around this, we're going to kill those germs, we're going to be super safe. If you don't already have that family culture in place, it's super hard to get it going, just on a dime.
Well,
and it's hard to get everybody swimming the same direction.
Exactly. And if one person isn't, then you figure, well, that person's going to bring the germs to us, and the rest of us have been doing all this trouble for nothing. So, carpe diem, I guess. Feel very bad saying all of this, like I'm setting us up for some horrible, horrible thing. But, it's that old choose your battles thing.
Right.
And I don't know. maybe I'd rather battle COVID-19 than my son's will.
Yeah.
That is a foolish, foolish thing to say.
Well, you have many more years experience with your son's will than you do with this particular virus.
That's right. That's right. The coronavirus is novel, and my son's behavior is very, very, very old and ingrained. Very familiar. I know all about it. So, I mean, he's a good guy. He doesn't mean to be. It's just, it's abstract.
Right.
We don't do well with abstract.
Well, that's just another thing for us to obsess about, and that's it for today's round 4.
Makes you all glad you're talking to me through the interwebs and not in a studio.
We're significantly more than 6 feet away from you.
Right.
Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.